Hey guys. It's okay. So, a great morning. I'm sorry I'm late. Uh, the honest truth is, I just telling you guys that because like there's a formality. I'm not really sorry because what is there to be sorry about? I wake up late. Yeah, so we all moping and groping, and I'm not. uh, But sorry I'm late, right? If you're accustomed to things like people going around saying sorry, then I do that for them, but I don't feel like losing sleep over that, right? Um, so what you guys been up to? What you guys been doing? And again this morning we got Dr. Mandy Pry with us. She can give you a little sneak peek as to what her day was like yesterday. And I head into Ogle. And you see what I got up there? This morning, power can be all consuming. Now I look at the 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 PNCR's leader press conference, or the PNC press conference yesterday. I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, um, you know, if you're not humble, if you don't understand uh if you don't really take the time to understand people, and no, it's what 8 o'clock. We take we time and drive, huh? We taking we time and drive. Mandib,
Yeah, ready?
I'm in the car
Okay.
when you're ready. Yeah, so um I'm looking at the thing and I'm hearing people calling Arbery Norton comrade leader, right? And I'm asking myself, how does the young generation connect with this guy? I'm looking at them and seeing their mistakes. And I'm asking myself, how does the young generation connect? Comrade leader, comrade leader. Like, you think this young generation want to be disciplined right out to the... What the hell is this? What the... Damn door not open
Thank you, and you, and I will see you very soon. 1 o'clock.
now. Oh, you got to play with it. Yeah, guys. So I'm saying, hey, what's going on? Why you call? You stand up out here like if y'all got me like if I some comrade leader. Y'all gonna make people feel like some slave master when you go by some days see the worker stand up outside by the gate. She stand up out, you got a Spanish girl walking for me there. Oh, Venezuelan, a Spanish girl. Like the girl for the club. Yeah, she stand up outside. And you wait there for me. You just message right away saying you ain't got nobody number?
Right for the group.
Huh?
Right for the group.
Oh yeah, well I must have just done start the live or something cool. And this morning I just sleep way. I'm gonna sleep 2 o'clock this morning. You hear what Dr. Mandip do? Yeah. So I'm listening to the press conference, right? Now before they invite me to the press, I don't have to be. It doesn't have to be controversial with me and them. Before they invite me to the press conference, who they invite? Adam Harris. Pull in the door there. Adam Harris. And a set of old Vamskidamites. Right? Who been a part of the PNC shippiness all the years and still come back for them on shippiness. I'm looking at them thinking, I don't know where Arbery Norton's office is. I go in and reach out to him because he's elected. He is leader of the PNC. He's elected and morning. Yeah, he's elected and he people want to hear what he has to say. I have a platform. But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking about their mistakes and 8:30. You got half an hour for each of them.
Well, it leaves at 8:30.
8:30 leaves, so you got booking and stuff.
Yeah.
Yesterday when you reached the plane was waiting, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I'm asking myself who this guy relates to. He thinks he's gonna get the young generation. Everybody's gonna be excited about a comrade leader. Like, it's ridiculous. You gotta be relatable. And in the quest to feel like King Juffy Jaffa, it's the same thing Granger did. It's the same thing, and this thing like it come down from Burnham. They're there and everybody's saying, you know, the leader of a party, you're a leader, comrade leader. Like, that's the way you want the world to see you? Is that how you want to be seen?
Oh, from rainy London. You're getting
Right?
people from everywhere.
Yeah. Who says from rainy London? Somebody said just now?
Yeah, Tom Shukram.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'm good now.
I'm listening to this press conference. There's the general secretary for the party. Obviously, the PNC is trying to set themselves up.
Good morning, everyone.
So Mandeep was doing a little quick makeup thing.
Still doing it.
She didn't realize on our live you could do anything.
Anything doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're just real.
we're living it.
Yeah. So Mandeep,
Do you know, you're like describing what happened yesterday. Do we like even your break times are with the leaders of the country, even your kind of hangout times. So I feel like you're being informed and informing all of the time.
yeah. Well, I'm talking about what the leader of the opposition party.
Let's
What he
say
did.
a
I
press
saw a
conference.
press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I do because now why I have to do it that way is it's in the news, everybody, but people want my perspective, you know. And his thing was informative about different things, but I'm looking at how are they gonna get anywhere? How are they gonna do anything with this attitude?
Yes.
You know. So I'm just putting it
Look,
into.
someone's asking, did I post the interview with the president yet?
Very soon, very soon.
Yes.
You guys are gonna get that,
We're
yeah.
working
And you
on
gotta
it,
go
working on it.
and follow her page.
The author page, Mandeep Rai.
Mandeep Rai,
Author.
MANDEEP
Yes.
RAI,
Yes.
and it's got a little dash author.
Yes.
Right? So it's Mandeep Rai, author, and you go to the page and
Yeah.
as a result of Mandeep's experiences in Guyana, she will be putting that in a book.
For sure.
So
And then Guyana isn't necessarily that much onto Twitter or Insta. Yes, it's Mandeep Rai also on Insta.
oh
On
man,
Twitter.
don't do it, man.
We don't do what, Twitter or LinkedIn?
No, don't do it assuming that we doing everything.
Oh, you're doing everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
we got TikTok, Glenn. We in everything. You just tell me where you there and we come and find you.
Okay, great. So then I'm on LinkedIn, all of them, LinkedIn, Insta, Twitter.
All of it is Mandeep Rai.
Yeah, or Dr. Mandeep
Dr.
Rai.
Mandeep Rai. So
Yeah.
you look for her and it's right with this girl. But Guyana might.
No. Okay, I take that
And-
back. I take that back and everything.
She never going there. She never stop this car and just start walking for the airport for me. Tell this girl we're going there, man. She never going there. She never going there. Civilized people, girl. We got everything going on here. Little Dubai coming up.
I know.
You're gonna have a before and after. The next time I call you is to go up in a tower 100 stories up in the air.
Yes, and you're not even little. It's not little Dubai.
Yeah.
Because you're not in the
We
desert.
got
You've
Twitter
got
and
it all.
everything. We got
You've got it
Twitter,
all.
we got Instagram. Like Az does a lot of Instagram. I don't know why. I don't even know why I do Facebook. You know, although I've worked out how the platforms work,
Yeah.
I don't know why specifically, but Facebook is by far the biggest we have here.
Yes. Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram. How does it work here? Twitter?
LinkedIn, not so much. Is that fair to say?
Somebody asked me about LinkedIn yesterday. Yeah, if I'm on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Well, remember LinkedIn is more professional, right?
Yes.
So there are areas, and because of my little rough, rugged way, I'm there around the area, you know. You got the professional when they meet me, yes, critic and thing, but they're like very reserved, you know. As our friend said, most people just be walking and shells around me, and you said, no, that you, because you see me in my true form, right?
Yeah.
Most people see me through this lens, and there are times,
Yeah.
like for instance, you've had an extremely nice experience.
Yeah, extreme.
But there are times I just go off, and people are thinking, whoa, you know, the guy there. You gotta be careful, beware, yeah. So, but what I did is before I became the Guyanese Critic, I looked at everybody and what they did, and I thought about how I could do something and not make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I were to act normal and or try to be mainstream, let's put it in that term.
Yeah.
I'll be correct. So, good morning. How do you do this? When I go to speak to somebody in the countryside and so on, although that is how I was brought up in a home that we spoke proper English and everything else.
Yeah.
When I go to the countryside, I feel that the person that I'm speaking to feels demeaning because I'm in this country. Not like you. You don't have to change. This is you, right?
I couldn't even change it if I
you
wanted
couldn't if
to.
you wanted to,
Well,
right?
I could try.
If you were living for an extended
Right.
period of time, right?
Yeah.
But now,
Come on.
yeah, well, so now I was brought up here, and I'm asking myself, I'm talking to these people, and why do I speak differently from them? You know, I was asking myself, so why do we say this? Why do we? Well, I grew up in Georgetown, so everybody spoke proper English, and then I went to the countryside. I lived in Number 2 Canal after I left home at the age of 14, and they were like, Abi, and me said, man, we gotta, you guys tell.
They're telling me what to do. They're telling me what to do. They're saying, say hello to the viewers. It's good because they're constantly informing.
Yeah.
you and
If you
reacting
follow the comments, there's a lot of guiding that happens.
Yeah.
From there. I used to be engrossed in the comments, but if you're gonna give them information, everybody, there are thousands of people there, and everybody wants something different.
Yeah.
So you can't follow the comments if you're gonna be giving information and thing.
Yeah.
But I do from time to time stop, look at the comments, react to certain things.
But now that you're speaking to so many people, you have to have an accent that everyone can understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't get a better accent than mine.
Yeah.
It's true Guyanese, and I've always said that I am a real Guyanese in its true sense.
Yeah.
Here why?
Okay, firstly I have to tell you your hair is iconic, and everyone has spoken to me about your hair. And this morning, the reason I went to the bathroom after you is because I wanted to give you time to I feel like you're always, that if I go first, you're more rushed. So I'm glad that you had time to be able to do your thing and be you. Because your hair really is something else.
No,
and
but
it's not typically Guyanese. Well, what is typically Guyanese, right? But
hair?
yeah.
People are typically more well kept than me.
But it is, the texture and everything, is that Guyanese? Because it feels very...
But
your whole personality shines through your hair. You can see who you are just through your hair. Your hair and your eyes. Guys, I don't know if you think it's right. Oh, they want me to ask you hard questions. Huh. They want me to put you on...
yeah. Do.
Oh, really?
Please do.
Okay. All right. Well, I would say that, when you said you're okay to go into the vulnerable side of you, and you're all man, you're extreme sports, you ask, you interrogate, you pull people up, where do we need to pull you up?
Have you been able to notice those areas in 2 days that you can just do it instead of asking me where?
Well, I would say.
Where do you need to pull me up?
was going to say something like, when you talked about your birth and the fact that you called yourself a BASTARD, I can't even say the word. In some way, I feel as though you're here to serve the nation because maybe you want to be there for everyone. Perhaps not everyone. Perhaps in your upbringing, because of the lack of father, there wasn't someone there for you all the time. So you want to make sure everyone has a different experience of humanity.
I could feel that. Yes, I would say that is somewhat it. The people in front.
So to be that kind of, to be that for others, it's a huge responsibility though. But in some ways you kind of shirk that off and say, I'm just going to do it in my way. I'm not going to take that over extreme sense of responsibility. I'm not going to take that. I'll do what I can, but I'm just going to do it in my way and be me. So it's like a really exaggerated way of being you, because you're not willing to perform. You're not willing to make it so heavy that it suffocates you.
So you think I should make it?
No, I definitely don't. But I do think this vulnerable side of you, if we uncover that a little bit more, not just the nation, the whole world would get something out of it, because people are scared of going there, and you take other people there, and you going there yourself would really be helpful.
How does it benefit
Serve
the world?
other-
How does it serve the people?
Because if you can be like the superstar rock star that you are and be able to be vulnerable, it shows people that there is no need to be perfect. There is no need to have a presentable self.
You get the sense that I have a presentable self?
No, I'm saying that if we uncover that, you ask me, how does you being vulnerable, how does you really going raw, really going deep serve other people? That if we really go deep and do it, it will enable everyone else to uncover themselves to that level too. It's like you'd tell every people it's okay to do it.
Okay. I think what you should do is look at go back into some of because I used to do a video every morning and every afternoon.
Yeah.
And from the maybe 2018, 19, those are some good videos you could look at.
Yeah.
I'm constantly changing because of the fact that I lacked basic political understanding before 2020.
Okay.
And because of the election, I just completely transformed. There was an instance where the opposition tried to, and when they don't have a way out, their card is they're the race card. So when they don't have a way out, they say you're racist if they can't explain.
Oh God, are we at the right airport for it?
Yeah? What are you talking about? Nobody goes to Ogle nobody goes to Kaichor from to Mary.
Okay. Let me just check.
Is there but it's orange, Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're sure?
Same place you're heading out from again.
Oh, it's just here. Oh, good. I didn't see this. Okay, perfect.
You thought it was another airport?
Yeah, I never saw this hanger on the side. I didn't realize it was the same airport.
Yeah.
On the side.
So I don't think you're ready yet. So where were we at? I gotta go last.
So when you bring it back to politics, I guess I'm taking it into more uncovering your vulnerable side, and you brought it back to politics. So
no, because I'm saying the things that change me, the things that are they're affecting me, and then the race card pulling thing by the opposition when they were in government on me affected me, and that wasn't politics. That had me questioning. You know, they say I'm a racist, and I was like, all of my friends, you know, I had a black friend who was murdered, and that upset me for years. So I was thinking, how is it different between my black friends? Because this is a nationwide issue. I'm listening to what these people were saying, and that affected me greatly. And I was wondering about my father, that my father's a black man. And I was wondering of all my black friends and even the black relations I had with women. And I was like, they had me questioning. So digging down deep, the different experiences that I've had has transformed me.
I just want to find out if are we okay? Are we late?
Yeah, I got a flight for Kaito this morning.
Yeah, are we okay? Have we got 5 minutes? Yeah, okay.
Oh, the flight's ready?
No.
Oh, they're ready yet?
He should be ready. Everybody here. Jerry has to come now.
Okay, cool.
So he come now, he's ready.
Cool, buddy.
Oh, you'll just let us know. You'll just take us when you're ready. Yeah? Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, those experiences, like you were saying, open up, right?
Yeah, I'm
like
saying
if you look at my kind of job, you can't create a vulnerability for yourself.
So you don't want to create that?
No, you can't. No.
Okay. So really, let's be real. Then we're not giving permission for that vulnerability, right? Because we have to be a certain thing, because otherwise there'll be more attack. Is that how you feel?
Not that there's gonna be more attack. I would be constantly worrying and thinking, oh, how this one feels. What is the percentage? What is this? I just live me. So in all my mistakes, in all my glory, you experience me. And if it's genuine that I've made a mistake, I'm the first person in this country.
Okay, so let's go to that moment that I asked you, that I said thank you, or someone said thank you to you, and you just, you just don't want to receive the thanks, right? Can we go into why that is, or?
My understanding is, when I do something, I feel overwhelmed, I feel empowered. When I give, I don't give thinking how much it is. When I do selflessly. So I'm thinking, if I got so much from it,
Right, why should you thank?
you shouldn't thank me. I got this thing ready.
So you feel like you got so much out of giving that don't be thanking me?
There's no, because I feel, and you were saying, I'm seeing from your perspective that people have gratitude.
Yeah.
But I feel that your demeanor, that you have to thank me. Right? Now, uniquely, more so you shouldn't be thanking politicians for anything, because that's their job. But me, what makes me? The hundreds of thousands of people who follow me. People take me seriously because I got a constituency. So when I come to you and I say, I give you this, and you are, oh, thank you. No. This extraordinary being is like me without my hair. Each one of these strands of hair is an individual who has supported me. So it's me thanking you. It's like I'm saying thank you, and you saying thank me, and I like we never done with this thing. So I don't, I just feel. And you meet that individual, you don't have the time to explain to them what's the psychology of it or how this thing works. I feel like I already got from you.
Okay, so I get that. So then you said 95% of who you are or what you do is the psychology. Like the psychology, that you left school when you were 14. It's not about academics. It's about really understanding how people take who they are. And then you said, you've been doing whatever you've been doing for however many years, 42 years, that is there a likelihood of change? Don't you think that we're always changing and we can change?
I don't think I know. I've changed a lot. I in the last 2 years have changed a lot. I can be a very angry person. Yes, and people see it in my program. Sometimes I lash out at people. But physically, I am a very physical person. I have in my life. You know, when I was married, the boy's mom, for short bursts, I was abusive. I could remember specifically 11 times hitting her. And any form of hit is abuse, right? And then in the relationship, before we separated, I had overcome that. And I talk about it every time there's domestic violence because it was wholly and solely me. It was nothing. It was me being insecure. It was me lacking the knowledge of what makes a good husband, you know?
Was it hurting you, or was it that you were frustrated, or was it that you couldn't control you know, that things were so overwhelmed? I don't know.
No, I get frustrated sometimes now, but I wouldn't hit a woman. So, yes. By the way, me and my ex-wife got together. I was 17 and she was 15. So I was completely clueless what's going on. Michael, my big son, I was 18. I got my first business at the age of 18. You know, I've been taking on a lot from a very early age. And you can't minus my past and how I've been affected. The thing is, I haven't been abused. So I'm thinking, you got some issues, you didn't have a father, millions of people. Your mother used to, was hard on you to straighten you out, millions of people. Get over it. You understand?
Yeah.
No, not damping down on anybody's experience, but Tyler Perry, oh, I was molested and this and that. But yes, you became Tyler Perry. Get over it. You know, this body, oh, you're the top of the Oprah Winfrey, you know, I was raped. Yeah, but now you got a bigger percentage than hundreds of people who are hungry. Get over it. Me, I wasn't abused at that level. I just went through life and we weren't wealthy. My mother, we fall into lower middle class, different issues and so on. And my mother had her personal issues that I saw. Right? Get over it. You got an opportunity to see the world, be the world. Just go out there and do it. I don't think, oh, how this has affected me. Me get time for the, because some people go through their whole life trying to figure out, oh my, why am I angry? I really and truly don't worry about that. Because of those fits of anger, people are very cautious. And with some public figures such as myself, people, you gotta be careful. Look at.
So how did you drop it? You went from being abusive, right? Like kind of over a consistent period of time, to now just being like, that's never gonna happen again. How did you drop it?
Well, if you constantly, unlike what people think, I constantly look at myself and try to refine myself. And when I look at, if I'm gonna be guiding people and telling them you know, what's right and what's wrong, you got to be the example. And then I look back and calculate, why were you abusive for some time as a husband? It was my insecurity. Let me give you a scenario. My wife then, ex, who was my wife then, would go to the shop and spend long periods of time. So, I'm home.
Go to the shop as in go shopping.
No, here is a shop. One of the houses got a shop. They go shopping, right? But it's a shop.
Yeah.
And what happens in cultures like ours? You got a shop lady. Them always got some story. Them a talk name. We call it talk name, right? Gossiping.
Yeah.
So me and no. Me always is with this girl guys. Like, well, years after, when I became more matured, I said, we just go there and shop myself. She said, oh, we just talk this with that, Miss Gaffney. You know?
Yeah.
How the children or me, you know?
Yeah.
I never went to see.
Yeah.
I just home frustrated. Like she got a man or a man. Is she guys along?
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Now that is
Jealousy.
a level of immaturity unbelievable. But there was nobody there to tell me. I didn't have anybody to speak to. I'm an only child. You know? So, my mom was never helpful. You understand? I could remember I got a friend to introduce you to before you leave. Now, I was the second largest wholesaler for the GT&T and Digicel. Didn't make much money, but it was a lot of cash movement. So I go into the bank to carry this money. It was about $35 million then a day sales. And the night deposit is closed. I can't get the money in. It's filled. And I decided to take home the money to my mom. And I gave my mom, and I said, this is money you guys just keep it in the wardrobe. Nobody gonna notice because I just put it in a bag and got it. Next day, go me mother cussing my wife. Y'all doing drugs. She didn't ask what it was. I stopped talking to my mom for 5 years. For that. Because a real mother, and my mother is a real mother, but what happens in the world? Would help you cut up the drugs if this making money, they're in the business. I'm thinking, what's wrong with this lady? It's not only not true. You understand?
Yeah.
She ran on enough different levels, and I don't spare anyone. I don't spare people based on how I feel about them. I try my utmost. I'm very sensitive. I've got a big heart, but I do things mathematically. How does it benefit me?
And then after 5 years, why did you decide to start talking to her?
I can't remember, but it's not to say that I learned something and overcame the anger. If I see my mother now in 5 minutes, we go up the road. I'll never forgive her for certain things because it's not about me. Hey, you guys ready?
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, bro.
Morning. Totally ready.
Cool.
Good?
Take
Yeah.
care. Yeah.
All right.
All right, coming
What
back.
time you guys will be back?
4 hours from now.
4 hours. Beautiful. Take care, Mandeep. Enjoy the
Okay.
most amazing place in this country.
Just describe it for 1 second, the way you describe the raw. So we're about to go to Kaiser Falls, and
Was the live going?
yeah.
yeah. And
Oh,
so
good.
guys,
Jerry's jumping in.
we got
Great.
Jerry Gavaya Jr. here with us, and last night when she told me she going to Kaiser Falls, my experience of Kaiser Falls was this overwhelmingly majestic. When I went there, let me put it in my terms, and Guyanese gonna understand this. I felt power. Now the sound of the water dropping from whatever height, what was the height?
741 feet.
741 feet. The sound of that water dropping
Highest in the world.
gives you, no matter which religion you're from, you know there's a God. If you're fighting, if you're agnostic or whatever, you're fighting with whether there's a God, this roar, like it was thunder all the time, right? The other feeling you get is that you're the edge. And you know, the first thing I was thinking, do they do a psyche value of the people that are coming here? Because I'm there and I'm thinking, whoa, if I was gonna go, this was the way that I want to go. And I don't want to go too much depth into that, but it grabs you. You go experience it, and when you come back, we're gonna do this in the morning. You're gonna tell us what that experience is like. What I know, it's like no other experience. Not necessarily the greatest experience in the world, but there's that unique experience. It's in the top 3 of experience you would want to have in the world. Like the hunting trail or a kayaking trail. You're there, and because it's so simple, you're not doing anything. You're just standing at the edge of a waterfall. And because of the scenery, because of the sheer power, the energy that comes from that water drop and the sound you're getting, your whole demeanor changes. Go have the most amazing experience. Hey, you playing?
Yeah.
Good. You guys enjoy. Bring back lots of pictures.
We're
for
going to
me.
bring it back.
Do a
We're gonna make
video.
sure you
And
experience
just hold
it.
the camera in front of you.
Maybe I should do a Facebook Live from there if I have some.
No,
Yeah.
you don't got signal there.
Okay.
But what you do, just hold the camera, do the selfie video, and speak how you feel. Simple. Right?
Okay.
You bring that back. Because
Okay.
the flight back and everything else might have you a little disoriented, right? But I want it in the form. Just say what's on your mind. We don't have to use that. but I'm gonna see
Okay.
exactly how you felt. Right?
Okay,
Take care,
guys.
Mandy.
Okay, I'm bringing it back.
Jerry, thanks, bro.
Yeah, bro. Anytime.
All the best. Be safe, guys.
Always.
Cool.
Look at that. The guy's like, he's the most sensitive, caring person, but he hides that part of himself. But we're going to uncover that part of him too. So see you guys tomorrow. Looking forward to it, or even this evening. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
But critic, when you do something, somebody's. Yeah, guys. So Mandeep is off, and she could say she has an experience of Guyana. And I'm trying to make sure she has all the when you have people coming to your country and they go around the world, you have to make sure they have the best experiences of your country. And I can tell you, people that say, oh, you're just telling she. I've told her, even in the life, my experience, she could go back and look at all that Guyana is about. There's no covering up. You understand? Even when the driver set me up and suggest as a racist and I kind of got to me for a period of time, I was upset, and I will never forgive the people who did that. I'm willing to work with them and all them things that, but the game that they play is a dangerous game. And I've looked at people who've been accused of things, and you know what I think in my mind, I say, it's only you could survive, the individual. When you look at people who become broken, it's because they could not have handled it. They couldn't have figured out why so many people. Because it's worrying, why? But you got social media, and the people got the information that people wanted them to get, that they put out there, right? Not necessarily your explanation. And you psychologically are thinking, and you know, that made me so much more strong. And I realized, I said, here, these people can't get to me. These people are set of jokers. They can't prove nothing for themselves. Right? They can't prove nothing for themselves. They can't do nothing. Like, you know, one of the things you got to respect Glenn. Right? One of the things, and you guys know I give respect where it is. And that's why I say he's got a great heart. It's just that he hadn't a good. TikTok Glenn. Guy's got an amazing heart. We talk, you know. Yesterday I called in a telecompany radio program. I didn't go. I was advised because remember I setting up something. I got a surprise for you guys. So I'm setting up something to address specifically him with facts. Right? So I want to have an roll before the roll out before the. And I called him back and he said I was calling and get down to you. I said, man, I'm sorry, Uncle Dan, but even when there was hoodlums come and protest in front of me and suggest that I'm a racist and all of that, Glenn saw through it. You know, man, but no. Because I worked for him for a year, worked there with everybody. I had a tantrum one time right there. Calling everybody low life and hungry belly in the place. They know. I'm affected by something, I put it out there. Me ain't got no color biased. Right? So, yeah. You want to share, you know, when people come to your country, first thing, you got to be a good host. And that's by nature with me, right? Az has played when I say Az, you know, I call him as Azadin Muhammad, my buddy. He played an integral role in making sure, you know, Mandeep gets to Santa Mission. She interacted with people. We did that in the afternoon and night, and he is an amazing host. You know, they got things people, and he does whole day got pictures putting up and things, but people don't know that is not who he is. He's an amazing guy behind the scenes. Like, he don't drink. People don't know. You might see him at a club or something. Azadin doesn't use alcohol. And if I come in and take ice drink, Azadin asks, we're drinking. Me drink there, we're drinking, we're eating. He's an amazing host. He's an amazing person to know that where he is as a businessman and what's his worth. And still these things we go out there and he give in to people. He likes that. He's enjoying it. And like people going out for show face and this and that. We're showing the world what we're doing. But with the hope that other people would do it and all of us would be able to give in this country. You know? So you gotta get to know people. Me, I'm telling y'all, alright, I got bottle up issues or whatever people call it. So you know me, let's say y'all know me 80% at best. Most people, you only know about 20% of them. Yes, and me, everything is play out. And like Mandeep asked me, so what we can talk? I said, you talk wherever you want to talk. You talk wherever you feel for talk. And that's not normal. Like in media, everything is scripted and people take away. I said, no. Like she's asking me, what are some issues and maybe asking me what the issues you could work at. No, you tell me what's the issues you think I could work at. Yes, sir. Don't ask me, give me the option of bringing up some nice issue that I have. No, you find the worst thing about me. And, you know, when I first met Mandy, the night, I think it was Tuesday night we met up. Tuesday, today's Saturday, Tuesday, or Wednesday night. Either Wednesday or Tuesday night. When I first met her, she was asking my advice because she was with Jerry, right? And he was making sure she's going into Hormone. Since I stopped on the road, I said, we're going on here. I see the man going at 11 o'clock at night. You know, tell you the girls like, things moving up for you, yeah, sir. Like get the link up. So, Jerry turns around and says, oh, this guy, I know one guy, a leading journalist, and he's the guy to talk to. So she asks, what would you ask the president? I said, I don't know what I would ask the president. You ask the president anything. Anything that you see or issue you see, you ask the president. You just ask. I don't study if it's silly or what. Question is a question. Have you ever, you know, to me, there's no silly question. The person who's incapable of answering the question, like you don't got to tell, so if somebody asks you what would be suggested to be a silly question, you don't tell them it's a silly question, you answer. And they're going to figure out. Because if it's silly, that means it's going to be very easy to answer. If you got to tell me it's silly and you don't answer it, that means you bullshitting me. You trying to make me feel like me question silly. You know. So, and I'm all over the place here, but the objective is, no matter what issue we have in this country, you must have a positive outlook, or we must give a positive portrayal of our country. And I ask that of the opposition leader. I ask that, well, the president does that. The government, for the most part, is driven to do that, because if they don't give a positive approach, then they don't know, because they run the country. But I ask every Guyanese and the opposition, for the most part, they sometimes lose the opportunity to do that in the haste for power. And Mahera is power can be all consuming, right? If you look at Mahera and then you go and look at the PNC's press conference yesterday, APNU, because they said they got to talk to the other party. Who are the other parties? Who are the other parties? Where the other parties leader? In the APNU got WPA. We got one member. They now gonna take 10 people, farm 10. Once you farm a party, you don't have to have a constituency. The funny thing with the APNU, there's just about power. And they show it for the last 5 years. The AFC capitalized more on things, right? Alec Kemraj, a successful lawyer, right? He capitalized, he's opportunistic. The PNC, they're opportunistic. They just want, I am a minister of government. You understand? Long before the issue with Azadine and James Bond, the umbrella, every way Granger go, you gotta get umbrella. Somebody with that, what was it? What's wrong with them? You understand? So when you look at that, I worry as to if your interest is only power. You understand? Because it comes with the acceptance. Now, with power, when one attains power, there comes great responsibility behind that. Obviously, the APNU is incapable of taking any responsibility for anything because we're still looking for the SOPs. But if you do it the other way around, it's the same thing. If you were to attain great responsibility and do well at it, if you were to attract a lot of responsibility and do well at it, you then would have attained great power. Because when we're talking about in a political realm, what do you mean responsibility? It's taking on the people's job, helping the people, guiding the people, leading the people. And automatically, if you go to the people and say, come, I will lead you to the promised land, you then go and they say, yes, go to the front. If you get the drift of what I'm saying, it's like you're voting. You come, you campaign. The people accept you. They vote for you. They put you in front. And then you lead. Right? You will attain power. Them, yes, son. I sit down and listen to them. Adam Harris, there, anything there. And they real, comrade leader, comrade leader. Which young people you think will be attracted to them people though? You see how young people is behaving at 30 now. Here, what I telling you? I tell you about the science, the psychology of what's going on. You want to attract people. You want to attract voters. Them people are traveling in them minibus, got their comrade leader. You ever see how they behave with authority, the teachers, the police? Eh? No, I didn't want to go on the trip. I went to Kaitshur and I didn't want to go on the trip. Guys, unlike what you know, who knows me knows I'm well traveled in this country. I've been, and one of the things about me, I love a challenge. That is why extreme sport is my thing, because we do a new challenge most weekends. I'm not the kind of person that is easily excited. I'm excited about my country. I'm excited about the experience that Mandeep is getting. I'm excited about that. You understand? Once I capture that experience, that's done for me. I gotta get a next experience, you know. So I wouldn't go back at Kaitshur to be amazed again. I would go back. I would have gone back, but I'd ask Stacy, as a matter of fact, from Visit Guyana, because nobody can really, well, you can't get the essence of Guyana of how I see it and how I love it. But Stacy and her husband Chris, they are like, remember they all about it. If you put up a sign there, buddy, you understand? If you put up a sidewalk, anything but Guyana, Stacy and Chris there, they don't miss a beat. So if you got somebody, if you want a true experience of Guyana, right? Because they are, Stacy and her husband, they ain't got no big team, you know. Stacy and her husband are behind the Visit Guyana page. Them beautiful photographs you've seen of Guyana and all the experience they share and all the food and the egg ball and all them things now is the two of them. So if you were with them, they would have had to have a love, right? They would have to have a love. Not would have had to have. It's a love they're expressing. Because everybody got a phone. How nobody else see Guyana the way you see it through Visit Guyana? It's because they got the cameras, and it also comes with love. It's a love. You understand? That is what you're experiencing. You're experiencing Stacy's and Chris' love. with the photos. That is what you're experiencing. It's just amazing. So I told, you know, maybe space was the problem. So I told her, you know, take Stacy and Chris, let them go, and they would be able to express in a more fashion, a more disciplined fashion. Remember, I am more a vocal and you know, high energy. I don't know if I'm the guy to be the host, and I'm not a very good host, as I tell you. As is he is. I like me. Yes, and I done it. If I carry you out and I biting, right? And drinks and all, and then I put it in the cooler. I said, this is the cooler. This is the thing Vita done. As would like, you know, we want for drink. Well, I got thing never eaten. I don't. Me and got no time with you. Yes, and I remember I've got a friend. We've got in the French connection, right? Me and she went to school together, and I haven't seen her in years, and she's connected with the French consulate and so on. And then we catch her back. So I sleep the night by me general manager, and they're there and so on. And I drinking and having a nice time. And I just felt like, you know, I got tired of them. So I tell Shafi, I tell him good night, and I got in my bed. This time, remember, I'm supposed to be the host, right? But I is the kind of host. Like last night, I got everybody around me, and I say, man, you know, guys, I go in my baby, I done lock the door, and so me in. You know, you talking and no. I just get straight to the point. Yeah, sir. If you're bothering me, I just tell you straight up. I ain't playing them games. Like, if you're gonna be embarrassed, no, if you be embarrassed, you all up in your feelings. You gotta you gotta go by TikTok, Glenn. And you have to get up in your feelings, not me. Yeah, sir. I ain't got no time with that. Right? So, yeah, guys. So we start 8 and we get done 9. So what's been going on? I tell you about this thing with the PNC press conference that I saw yesterday, and I'm hoping they could, because you could see there's this the Indian girl that is there. You could see they're trying to show themselves as inclusive. So there's a younger girl that took over from Amna Ali position, right? But it seems that the PPP attract different blacks than how to put it, are there. The PPP have blacks in the party, and whether it's factual or wherever they show inclusivity. The PNC have Indians in the party to show inclusivity. But if you look at the Indians that the PNC have in the party, it's like they got a grudge, it's like they got an issue. You know? It's like they're opportunistic. And you got some because Joe Hamilton come from the PNC, as a matter of fact. So if you're in a political realm, I don't know if I'm exactly correct, but I'm telling you how I see it. Right? I'm breaking it down and do a study, but I'm telling you how I see it. Because I'm listening to this girl, Gita Chan Edmond or something like that, Gita Edmond. Right? I'm listening to her yesterday. And she said, I'm working with the party. Like, she's scripted, right? I'm working the party. So she can't really say nothing. She can't really think for herself. This is she's the GS for the party. And you know who's the GS for the PPP and what the GS for the PPP could do. Right? So the party got a GS, a leader, comrade leader. You know, and all she's saying, when she asks this question, you can see she can't answer no question. I'm working with the party, and whatever the party thing, and we working for the earliest possible timeline. Them not know nothing. Look back at the press conference that the PNC had yesterday. They know nothing. They can't definitively. Gita Edmond or whatever. I think the girl was a liar. I met her. Nice person, right? But we talking about from the politics and understanding the politics and how politics and actions affect people and how you attract. Because I don't see the PNC new formation not around with the people, but the formation and its action attracting anybody. Tony A. Fenty, my number is 6227740, but the whole country got me number, boss. 6227740. Don't call me. You WhatsApp me anytime. And if you guys have an issue, anybody has an issue, just message me. Because here, let me tell you how me deal with the issue. So be like, critic, me got this problem, me water thing and that, me pipe broke and tell me the history. Me want your problem. I want to help you with your problem. So let me tell you all what I do, so you can understand how these things work. I deal with hundreds of problems on a daily basis. But if you send me a message, water main broke at Light and Albert Street, thing, it's 6 months and thing in a message. What I do is transfer that to the relevant authority. So I just got to do a click and send. When you call me for telling me your problem, next thing I got to go and type a message to send to somebody. No. Just send me a message in WhatsApp. You understand? And I send it to the relevant people. Right? So, I'm looking Mahir. I talking about what I see. And that's why I gotta get, them this week. Winston is I got a partner. He's in the States and he's coming back to spend a month before we get his little things in the studio. But it's different issues I got. I got issues whereas I don't like any and anybody in my place. Right? Being a patient. So sometimes you bring somebody in a technical and since the tag bullshit, I just get rid of them because Guyanese always bluffing. You understand? Is Mandeep. M-A-N-D-E-E-P. R-A-I, not Rai. Mandeep Rai. Her name is Dr. Mandeep Rai. And if you think she got a PhD from the University of Harvard, she do economics and all that. We're going on. What's the plan? Everybody there. Nelson is not coming because he's going for recorded me early in the morning. So he can come in the afternoon, right? Okay. You had a girl there?
Yeah, she's there.
I'm coming upstairs to me. As soon as I'm done my live, we can start the meeting. Right? See. Yeah. So Jerry made a match. Made in heaven. Yeah, so I'm telling you guys, when you look at these people, when you look at their actions, when you look at their color, they're not approachable. They're heavy on your eye. If these people want, call me. Call me. I will do a transformation. I'll tell y'all. I'll show you. I don't have no time. The PNC represents a white cross section of society. They need to carry themselves in a certain manner. You call the phone and I answer the phone. They just power driven. I think like Norton, you could see he is the height of his excitement. He's a comrade leader. Like buddy, everybody telling you, don't comrade leader. You just humble and you will see people just become drawn to you. Because people know, you understand? When you have attained power, when you there, people know this is the man. Like me go Essequibo, right? And me got time Santa, so remember me whole face cover up, nobody know. Everybody's supposed to know Santa Claus. From little big, everybody's supposed to know Santa Claus. And me go me share the bag to the people, because them old people don't go forget up. I say, no, auntie, you get up. We bring the bag to you, me got all them, me got ask everybody touch them back. Current lady, then we get them 1,000 thing, right? And when me done my heart, me feel suffocate, and the little fibers from the fast bed and thing tickle my nose. So me want to take everything. You know them old people, how they get excited when they say, critic, are you? When mom meet me, say, critic 40, you know me look for you. Me say, you gonna look for your son? Because me 42. Me gotta find out my mother be my weak, and you understand? No, serious. Like one, I can't remember which one of the islands. So one has to have. Why do you want to? Why the PNC realizes this? This way they've had all the years that they ain't attracting more people. This bullish way. The calling you watch a day press. It's depressing. I watched a day press conference yesterday. It's depressing. Gita Chandan, I wish. At this moment, Critic has realized he is the one getting interviewed. She's going to write an article about you that's going to be world renowned. Be careful who you open your mouth to. Jonathan, that doesn't matter. You want to give, yes, and I think she needs to write articles about what she sees. She gotta be honest. Yes, and here was the funny thing. What could her article do? Well, because it takes me somewhere specific. What could her article do that I don't do myself on a live? You gotta remember, me writing nothing nice about myself. Live, I've been doing lives for 7 years now, going since 2015. Yes, and me in my true farm. Right? So I would not water down myself or try to change my thing, because my purpose is not to look glamorous to the world. My purpose is to make change, positive change in my country. That's the problem, people, you know, who care how they feel. You understand? I'm having a discussion yesterday with Dr. Mandip and somebody's attacking economics. And Dr. Mandip is trying to get her point through. I'm not supposing it'll come out in the book. I can't talk about she interviews and stuff. But I was there. It's going to come out in her book. And she asked, what you think somebody else getting this conversation? I say, that person that you're talking to is tested and proven. I know the results that he could bring. I don't know who you could bring. You understand? So, you gotta be real. Oh, I ain't going away today. I'm shutting off. I got a meeting with my staff. I'm gonna have breakfast. Talking about I left here 8 o'clock and I didn't see Desiree. Desiree coming today?
No, she come today.
What, man? Oh, yeah. It's either Wednesday or a Saturday off, eh? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so the maid is not coming today, so, oh, shit. I gotta look for things to eat. Oh, Jesus Christ. I cut off this car. Me tongue the point E. Shit, man. Yeah, so I'm telling you guys, I would you to interview Mr. Muhammad family, Randolph Khan. Why you want to interview Muhammad family? They're business people, they ain't politicians. Me work is for make sure politicians, they're on the toe, you know. We can talk to Pops a day if you guys want, if that is what you guys want. Pops is a very open guy, very knowledgeable man who wants the everybody here. People don't know, everybody who make money want to see best for the country, except that there's make money off of arms. You understand? No matter who you be, you're selling goods, you're selling food. You understand? You gotta get a level playing field. The country gotta be running good. You go inside, man. I hungry and we gotta start do what we gotta do. Yes, I'm telling you all about these people and where they're short. I'll go through I can play the whole press conference and show you all the attitude coming. You could see the girl couldn't attack nothing. She ain't had nothing to say because she's not allowed to think for herself But the PNC, they got a power struggle right now. It's beer mass confusion with them. Paul is up and ready?
Not sure.
Do you see the enemy? Yeah, why you see it? Save me electricity, no problem. Better for me. Somebody got some food covered on here?
No,
Alright. Yes, so I'm telling you guys, them people. Paul? Are you up and ready, son? I tell you, working day starts at 8 o'clock. You got bathed and ready and up and ready, buddy. If you want to have a progressive life and a progressive day, you got to be moving. You understand? You can't be. If he feel he can just lie about this places and thing for me, strength me up and them shibbiness there. Yeah. So I'm telling y'all, right? I could look more the comments now, so let me see what you're saying. Oh my god, that's what you want to know. Some of these comments that I'm seeing is so far down. Mona Singh, I there in isolation, coffee not allowed. Little black tiger though, you spoil the banner. Spoil the banner. Big as he did clap to lash in the ass if he ain't listen to me. We don't get a problem, he's a good kid. Listen to me. After my divorce I had lots of problems, and much of which were my own. And that's how I could look at people and know what gonna happen and so, right? Because I look at my experiences and I do assessments and I say, well, this is gonna work or it's not gonna work. But I can't ask for better kids. Sean is still a little wayward. As I, for those of you who've been with our family, Paul is working. As a matter of fact, he works for the Break News. He deals with all of our accounts and those kind of things because he finished writing his CXC. Sean is with a company that serves the all companies, health and safety. So he's got 2 years of work and study. Michael's got the place up at Luzignan, Pit Stop Services. Yeah, I must go and check it out. Pit Stop Services. You do detailing to cars and service and everything for vehicle. There's at Luzignan. So I could not have asked or would not have it any other way. You know, it's unfortunate that we are not the family, the united family that I hope we would have been with their mother. Their mother left. And again, not to blame her. I've accepted full responsibility for that. But like Paul and the boys, although there are these differences and so on, I couldn't ask for a better family. Life is just so amazing, you know. Yeah, we got you sleep late because, and the thing is, the guy don't sleep night time. I don't know, like the man got some girl, like he up the other day. The man get up, come out the room, and I go in the room. For see going on, I hear a snoring. You understand? The man like he get a chubby girl or something because I hear somebody snoring on the phone. Like, yeah, this what's going on there? Right? He make her remember, like the guy in love or something. You just sleep with girl on the phone. The phone down and what kind of thing is that? Who's doing that, man? But me tell you nothing. Not everybody can know. Me I hear a snoring on the phone. He on the phone. But somebody on the other side. Paul! Yeah, he there on the phone with somebody on the other side snoring. So I thinking in my mind, I'm fine girl the snore too. Right? I try to picture me here. This what kind of girl he link up with? What's snoring? Holy man. I hear him though. He come out the room, gone in the bathroom, and I walk in the room right away, you know. I don't make joke, I check up on them. I run in the room, walk in the room, tumble up them things, see what they wear. right? And somebody's snoring on the phone. Ah, Jesus. So, guys, I think we had a nice morning. It's always amazing with you guys. The love is real. Tomorrow we can talk about him. What he had do with girl. By 17, man. I am a single, but I do an excellent. James Bond should have PNC and join PP in order to get. So guys, you guys check here. Critic should be called Ganesh or George. No. Me want to change my vibes, man. Me want to change my vibes. I talk to them. I feel so nice, you know. I'm gonna have a meeting with my staff. I'm gonna get something to eat. I put gas in the car. I want to change my vibes, guys. I'm building up. Don't worry. I'm building up. Come back hard and fast. I want to change my vibes. I'm just watching that these people know they would become nothing. You understand? They're going into a bottomless pit of nothingness. And you're watching them. Right? There's a bottomless pit of nothingness. Ganesh in there. In the PNC struggle now, Ganesh in there. Right? So you guys take care, man. Peace and love.